What's up everyone, my name is Racing and today we're back with iRacing 2018 career mode here for the German Grand Prix in Season 5. It's going to be clear throughout the race and throughout qualifying, which is no surprise, or it actually is kind of because it's Germany. I mean, we've had rain in the real life race in 2018 and maybe we'll have in 2019, who knows, we can't predict the radar to over 5 or 3 months or so. In the development you can see we take another huge step up the road, so we're lots ahead of Red Bull, mate. Like, they're just fuck them at the moment. So it's turning out to be a battle between us and Lewis Hamilton for an hour at least, and then hopefully we can win that battle. At the moment we're leading that battle, and hopefully we can keep it home. Anyway, it's time for Q1. We got onto the ultra softs. No, it doesn't really matter with tyre wear or anything, because we don't need to use the tyre again. We just need to get through to Q2 on one lap, and eventually we do that. Our lap around Hockenheim qualifying is quite wild. You can see we're 1.5 tenths off only, so going into Q2, we're going to see if we can make it through on the soft tyres. It's normally just a soft hard. I get it wrong. Soft medium. I was about to say soft hard because, of course, the 2019 regulation. Soft medium. That's how it is. Tyre is usually what you want to do around here. So, so we're trying to get through on the soft tyres. You can see right here we'll go through the first lap. That wasn't very good, and then we're coming on to the second lap, and eventually it's good enough for us to get through in 4th place, just a couple of tenths off our teammate again, which hopefully in Q3 we'll be able to turn that in. Talking about Q3, here we are coming into Q3, the first qualifying one in Q3. We can hopefully get another one in, but we'll see after this one. We'll see how good this one is. Vettel in the front coming out of the pit, and we'll be able to avoid him, maybe even get a slipstream down the long straight. As you can see, coming out of this corner right here, we got a huge tow off the DRS, and he's not on the hard lap, so we have to back out. You can see we got a huge tow right there, absolutely insane, and that will definitely gain some lap time there. So it's a 1 minute 9.6, not enough to get pole for now. So we're going to another through the first corner, absolutely insane, coming down to turn 2. You brake at the 150 meter or just after, turn it in. You want to get a very good a very good run out of that corner because you're going down the straight, which eventually will affect your lap time, getting a good run out of that corner. Coming down to turn 6, very good overtaking opportunity, but also kind of easy, actually, one of the easy corners on this track. Coming down to 7, 8, one of the funnier corners on the circuit to get right, very satisfying to be honest. As you come down now to the very fast turn 10, I believe, now it's turn 10, mobile 1, I know what you call it. I don't remember what corner. You shift down to 6th gear just to get the turn. It's just being on the limit there is absolutely insane. You come out to Hatzenbach or whatever the freak is called. We got a bit of dirty air from Pierre Gasly, which eventually won't affect us lap too much, because we're by just under 5 tenths. We come through the fast 2 corners as we come over the line. Is it a pole position? And yes, it is a pole position for us right there. The German Grand Prix, of course, it won't determine our position in the race, but eventually we got pole with Lewis Hamilton right behind us. We're starting on the soft tyres. Lewis Hamilton is as well. I think everyone is starting on the ultra soft tyres. That was it for qualifying. Hopefully we'll be able to convert pole into victory in the German Grand Prix. Anyways, that was it for qualifying. It's time to get in for the German Grand Prix. It is race time here for the German Grand Prix in Hockenheim. It is the 11th round of Season 5 of this career mode, and we're looking very much forward to this race. It's 34 laps around one of the most historical circuits you could maybe say around here. Of course, it has been a bit shortened down since the good old times. We're starting on pole. We're not leading the championship, but hopefully we'll be able to take it over. Pierre Gasly is leading by literally just 1 point, and hopefully we'll be able to overtake that one here. We have a good chance. We're starting on pole, so we'll be able to see how that goes. Looking at the track, it's a good old track. It has been shortened down, as I said. There's 3 DRS zones down to turn 1, 2, and turn 6, with very good overtaking opportunities as well into the same corner. The track is 4.6 kilometers and makes up a very interesting track, which I'm looking forward to driving around. Anyways, we're on pole with Lewis Hamilton right alongside us. In 3rd place is Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc in 4th place. So far right behind us. Red Bull hasn't had as a good qualifying as maybe they could have had, and maybe Ferrari had. But oh well, it is time to get into the race. As we said, Ron Paul. Hopefully we'll be able to convert this into the victory.
Remember to protect the inside on the run down to turn 1. Make yourself as wide as possible. Robust but fair.
Thank you for that, Jeff. Anyways, it's time to get down onto the grid for the race start. We're on the grid for lap number 1 out of 34. It's the German Grand Prix Season 5. It's 5 red lights. And we're underway for the German Grand Prix. It's a good getaway for us, but Vettel behind us gets an even better getaway. Interacts us as we go to the first corner, 3 wide, as Vettel almost gets taken out by Hamilton. We keep it side by side with Sebastian Vettel as we go into turn 2 right here, braking at the 150 meter board, so we can get a nice exit. Maybe set up a move down to turn 6, get a nice exit out of turn 3. Of course, DRS isn't on now. It's a relatively clean start all the way down the field now over team radio.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
Well, that might be a good idea, but here we are going for the move down the inside as Sebastian Vettel into turn 6. We get the move fucking done, and here we go. But now he keeps it around the outside as he gets a bit better traction out of that corner. Of course, he had the better racing line. We had the stupid one. We had to keep it tight. You can see we're always ready for him because he might run away on the lead and get a good lead there. And he has clean air now, so he'll be able to pull out a gap. But of course, I think he's on the 2-stop. He has the ultra soft tires. I don't think he'll be able to make a 1-stop with those tires. So that was good that they didn't qualify on those. Sergio Russell, didn't just say that. Okay, Sergio Russell was just out of the race right there. As we go into lap 2, we have a huge save there. But it's time to settle into the race nice and easily. Our only real competitor here in the top field is Hamilton, because the other guy's on the 2-stop, and unless they pull out a gap, which Vettel is doing at the moment now, a huge gap and gain a lot of time there, we will probably have the better thing there. But actually behind us, Hamilton's going for the move on Sebastian Vettel. I'm really fucking up the names. He's going on the move on Charles Leclerc down to turn 6, and he gets it done. He goes around the outside right there. If you look at the top corner, he gets past Sebastian Vettel. Charles Leclerc, okay. Fuck me. He gets past Charles Leclerc now. That's Daniel Kvyat that's out of the race, interestingly enough. So now we're settling in behind Vettel. He's really slowing down now, actually, on lap number 7. Looks like he's lost a lot of grip in those tires. We go easily past him down the start-finish route. Down the back straight. Into turn 6, get the move done. Wasn't even a move, it's just DRS assisted sometimes. But of course, we still have another 7 laps to go before we pit into the pits. And yeah, that's Sebastian Vettel going into the pits now for a new set of tires. I think we'll be going on to a soft set of tires. He's going on to another. Yeah, he's going on to a set of soft tires. So he'll probably take after that ultra soft or soft tires. Who knows? Anyways, here we have a huge. You can see we're pushing the car. We're pulling away from Hamilton. We're pushing the car, and the race are getting a bit loose. They're getting a bit worn, as you can see there. We just had to save it there, catching it outside. How about that? And eventually getting it. So we had quite a lot of those moments because you can really feel the race are beginning to get loose. And well, now it's time to get into the pits for a set of medium. I always change them around because now we've gotten used to the 2019 Renault. But now there's a virtual safety car, and that's because of Tonio Giovinazzi, who has a puncture in the second sector going into the third now in front of us. So we'll be able to save a bit of fuel. It doesn't last more than a couple of corners. You can see we lose 2 seconds on it. Very terrible getaway from us. Very terrible way of doing that. I don't know what happened there, to be honest. But you can see right there he's going very slow, having a puncture. And actually, you can see right here, Lewis Hamilton getting held up massively by him. So he lost a lot of time there as well, because he parked his car right on the apex. And because it's an AI Hamilton, he don't really know what the fuck to do. Anyways, diving into the pit now, lap number 14. There's 20 laps to go after this. It's a nice and let's hope it's a nice and clear pit stop. Go on to the medium tires. 1.9 seconds pit stop. That's quite fast, and hopefully that'll help us out in the battle for the win. I mean, we're leading quite a lot. You can see Vettel's getting out behind us, or a long way behind us, to be honest. Hamilton's pulling it for one more lap, going in on lap number 15, a lap after us. So that one lap on the soft tires, that's where he has to make the difference. But we're in neo mediums, which I think will make more of a difference. And you can see right here, Hamilton getting out a long way actually behind Sebastian Vettel. So for now, his two-stop has worked, but of course he still has to make another stop. So it is not likely that he will get that home. You can see we're lapping the fastest man on track at the moment, 1 minute 12.8, which is, that's an okay good pace. I mean, we're pulling out a lead by quite a bit. We're beginning to lap the first cars now. That was Sergei Sirotkin, we were lapping right there, getting past him very, very nicely and very, very cleanly, not losing too much time. It's lap number 20 with 14 laps remaining, and oh my god, we just spun it around down at turn 9, that must be, or turn something like turn 7, or whatever the freak that is, and we just spun it around and absolutely lost the end, wasn't fast enough on the reactions, put too much throttle input, and that means that right behind us were the Williams, but now Hamilton's right behind us as well as Sebastian Vettel, which this opens up the race a whole lot, and we'll have to drive with arms out of the car if he wants to keep this one home, because Hamilton's right behind us. And as we've done qualifying, we were just about the same lapping pace, and he was in front of Q1, Q2, we were in front of Q3, which is eventually the one that counts. So now he's up in front of us. We'll have to make a nice and careful move. We don't want our optimal way of getting it was just doing a move down to turn 6 very, very cleanly with DRS, and then just pulling out a gap from there. But we'll see how it goes. As we talked about right before, here we are down to turn 6. We go for the move down the inside. So much speed, just sucking us up to the back of him as we lock up the brakes, actually, and he comes back for a switchback maneuver. So the battle has started, I believe. Now you can see we got into the grass, just trying to set up the move down to turn 6 again, getting very close to the back of him right then. Oh my god, yeah, we just threw it away the back again. Wow, these are very, very rear happy tires. Oh, it's just the setup that I have, that I made kind of rear heavy, but eventually worked out. We have quite a good pace, and eventually it's doing quite well, but it's just in heavy fuel is not as good sometimes, and that's how it always is with my setups, pretty much. In heavy fuel is not as good. You'll just have to be a bit cautious, but oh well, that's how it is. I like it as it is. It's how I drive fastest and how I drive best, and what I think is most satisfying. So we're behind Hamilton. We're catching up to him, it looks like, because there's a back marker in the way of him, giving him dirty air and holding him up a bit, which means that now we're into the DRS zone, which is exactly what we wanted. And that's nice, because now we'll have the DRS and we'll catch up on him hopefully, and catch up on him a lot, because we have 9 laps more to get the move done now. Now only 8. That gap is shrinking, and the amount of laps left is shrinking. So one thing is catching up, another one's overtaken. Let's see, can we go for the move down to turn 2? No, we cannot. Setting up the move, coming down to turn 6 again. You can see we have the DRS coming onto the next side. I have a terrible exit actually, which was not on purpose, of course, but you can see another slow back mark holding it up through turn 10 as we go into Hatzenberger. You can see we just tried to slip through the same gap as Lewis Hamilton, which this is a rare sight, to be honest. This is a rare sight. 2 Mercedes under a second apart, lap after lap after lap. I've never thought I'd see that, but oh well, this is a video game, so I mean, it's less predictable than real life. But anyway, going down to the move at freaking turn 6 again, almost carrying too much speed into, but eventually we got a breakdown, and eventually we got the precision over him. So now we just want to pull out the gap. The pressure's on, but for some reason we just can't. We just can't pull out the gap on him, and now he goes past us at turn 6 again. Whenever we're behind, we seem to have more pace, be ready to go for the move, but whenever he's behind, it looks to be opposite, to be honest. So we'll have to make another move, and then after that get the gap of over a second, so we won't have the DRS. But here we are going down to turn 2, very, very close. We don't want any controversy, like we had in Bahrain. But here we're going for the move down to turn 2 now instead of turn 6. We'll have the DRS hopefully. We were just right behind him, but we settle in behind him coming down to turn 6 now, down the long back straight actually, and we have the DRS. We have the slipstream as well. Easy move. We didn't even need to do anything for that. We just cruised straight past him, which is eventually Formula 1 these days with DRS overtakes. It's getting a bit overcast in the sky, but hopefully it won't be too much of that right there, because he's right behind us. He goes for the move down the inside of turn 6 as we catch up to that looks like Lance Stroll in the Force India in front of us. We're trying to settle into the race, but it's kind of hard, so we're using all the tire wear at the moment with 3 laps left. So we just we just need to push all the stuff we can. We need to save fuel where he's behind us, and the places where we can, so we can use the fuel where we need it. You can see we easily get past Stroll, both of us, and you can see we turn all of the things up, overtake, ERS and Rich mix, so we can get past him shortly down to turn 6. We're just swapping positions. If this had been real life, if you remember back to 2018 Hockenheim Grand Prix, they were supposed to get into a battle, but because of team orders, that was absolutely low. But here we are coming down to the second last time. We're going through turn 6 now. He's going for the move, replace that car in the middle of it all, so he has to choose. He goes for the outside though. We just stick our nose in there so we can make sure that he doesn't close us off. Very cheeky there, but oh well, that's how it is. But here we are now behind him. We have 1.5 laps left to get the move done. We go for the move down the inside, almost touch. We don't want any punctures or anything. If you remember back to Austria, the other in real life though. But you can see side by side as we come down to turn 10, that's going to be Maniac. You can see trying to keep it on the inside, but eventually we have the outside line, which eventually keeps it good. And we're into the lead now, so we're coming on to the final lap of the race. This was never to predict in the start, to be honest. We've had about 10 to 15 laps of insane battling with Lewis Hamilton now, and now it's coming on to the final lap. We don't want any final lap drama, please. Can we just keep this home in first place? That would be nice, but he's too close. He's close to us, which eventually we will hopefully won't have to go down to turn 6. We're going to turn up our ERS to overtake, our fuel to Rich mix, so we'll have all the possible time and the possible chance to keep him behind as we go down to turn 6. He'll have the DRS and he'll have the slipstream. Let's see, is he going to go for the move? He has the slipstream. He sucks this up, as some Christensen said. And we go down to turn 6 right there. It's for the outside move. Last time going through turn 6, probably last time he'll be able to overtake us right there. As he's on the outside, he's gotten the position on us. Half a lap to go. Can we get it back? We go for quite a maniac move down here. Break as late as we possibly can. Side by side with a sector to go. We don't leave his place on the inside. Eventually we get the position over him right there. That's a sector to go now. Lewis Hamilton right behind us. It looks like we've got it. I don't think there's any more overtaking opportunities left now. It's all up to us to make the mistake if he wants to get past us, but we're not going to be doing that. What an insane battle with Lewis Hamilton, but here we are coming around the last couple of corners to claim a 1-2 and an insane victory for Mercedes right here. Another 1-2, which is nothing new. But that's the first place, so we managed to convert the first in the pole into a first place, which is nice. And eventually we overtake our championship rival, actually, surprisingly enough, Pierre Gasly. I think Lewis Hamilton will catch up to him as well very, very soon, eventually, and that's just how it is. But here we are. We take the championship lead now, finally, after 11 rounds. And hopefully we'll be able to capitalize on that and keep it going, keep the nice flow going, and eventually make up even more championship league. We'll see for the next race. We're just going to be purchasing a short MG UK development because our one is quite used now, and I don't think it'll be able to last to the end of the season. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that shit, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.